my YouTube channel. What I have for you today is my tips on how I stay productive. I'm a junior in high school, and you know, that's not an easy year. So I'm just gonna give you some tips on how I refrain from falling behind and get A's and B's, basically. Oh, let's get started. So I just have my little notes here. My first tip is to only do schoolwork at your desk or in like one designated area, because it's just better for your brain for some reason. I don't remember why. I think it's just because your brain associates it with like a certain activity, so it's better. So yeah, only do it in one area if you can. Some people don't always have that opportunity, but if you do, then you should definitely try to take advantage of that. I like to time block. I know that's not for everybody, but it really helps me to just assign certain times to certain classes. This is mostly for doing my schoolwork. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Sometimes I do take it off because you can't always, no one's perfect. So you should always give yourself a certain time of the day, even if it's not the same time every day, to stop doing your schoolwork. I usually stop doing my schoolwork at like 4 or 6, depending on when I wake up. There's this thing called I don't know how to say it, so I'll put like the definition right here, I think. But I don't think that the traditional way of doing it is very effective, because the traditional way is like 25 minutes with like a 5-minute break, or 20 minutes with a 5-minute break, or something like that. That to me doesn't seem like it would be very effective, because I was watching someone's video or something and they brought this up that it's like you can't multitask because your brain is switching back and forth too much, and you're not actually multitasking, your brain is just switching back and forth. And so I feel like it's the same for that, because it's just switching your brain on and off from an activity too often to where it's not going to be effective, and by the time you're like actually deeply invested in like doing your work, it's time for you to be done and taking another break. So you're switching your brain's focus too often and too many times. I think what would work better is if you did it for longer periods of time, with longer, like not longer breaks, but like a little bit longer. What I do is like an hour and 20 minutes or an hour and 40 minutes with like a 10 to 20 minute break, because then you have time to like finish an assignment or two, and then you have time for a break in between them, so you don't like get super exhausted, but it just gives you more time to actually focus on one thing instead of just having to switch back and forth all the time. I don't always do this, but I think it's helpful if you make your bed before you start doing schoolwork. I mean, even if you do your schoolwork on your bed, like, then you don't have to worry about it being messy and like losing your pencils in your bed. And my next tip, that you should always have a clean space, because then you're not gonna feel as cluttered, and then there's more time for your brain to focus on the schoolwork instead of the mess going on in your area. My next tip is to schedule your other activities around your schoolwork, which sounds like not very exciting because no one wants school to be their main thing, but like if you're watching this, I'm sure school is kind of a top priority for you, or you at least want it to be. So you should schedule your leisure activities around it. So still schedule time for them, but make it so that you know you're gonna have enough work done to not feel guilty about doing your leisure activities. You should write to-do lists, even if it's like not very specific. Like mine usually just say like school, eat, hang out with my friends, or some like boring stuff like that. Like it's not that specific. I do get more specific for like the assignments I'm going to do a certain day, but yeah, you should plan your assignments before the school week starts, so that you know how much you're gonna have to do at certain days, so that you can schedule other things around them. Alright guys, well that is all I have for you today. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like, and while you're down there, check out my socials and subscribe if you want to. and comment below anything you want or what you'd like to see from me in the future, and I will see you in my next video.